Well, hello everyone. Yes, we're having latency issues again, so bear with me. We're trying to get things correct. Here it goes. Oh man, this is getting old. But anyway, we're here. We're sitting on the ground in, well, you pick here. So I don't have it up right now. We are at the border on the Colombia side of South America. I believe it's the Amazon. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong out there. My geography isn't all that great with the Amazon. Right across the river, Brazil. So we are like right at the southern corner tip of Colombia. And today's trip will be from the region. Hang on, I got to actually pull this up to be able to read it. Um, uh, where'd it go? Leticia, Amazons, Colombia, headed to Porto Velho Governador Ore Teixeira de Oliveira International. And folks, that will be the only time I try that because I am sure I just caused an international incident. I probably upset someone. But it's in the town of Porto Velho, Brazil. So and we're going to be flying the good old Toliss 319. Now that I can get out without causing incidents. All right, but we are flying Avankia from SKLT. That way I stay safe. Down to SBPV. It's about a 400, 500 mile trip, folks. So it's going to take us about an hour or so to get down there. All right, the route just came up for those interested and like to think about traveling with us. Right now, we may have actually had a wind change since flight planning begun. It looks like we're more. Ooh, this latency. We're more favoring now 2-1 than runway 3 as first forecasted. So, that's about typical par for the course flying with Mike stuff. So I'm just looking right now, 120 at 0. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong airport. Sorry, folks. Amazing. That airport is probably 5 miles away on the other side of the river there with winds of 120. We're showing wind at 240. Can you say maybe a front or thunderstorms or something boundary is right there? And by the way, on Sky Vector, there is a SIGMET in place over the area. So we'll see how we shall do here. But anyway, again, welcome aboard Flying with Mike. We are providing service from Colombia to Brazil. And no, we're not going to just take off and land on the other side of the river. So with that, let's bring in Sim Toolkit. Might take the rest of the stream for it to pop up, but we'll do our best here with the way latency is going. I'll tell you, ever since they started playing with putting in this high-speed stuff out here, we've had nothing but internet troubles, and I'm getting kind of tired of it. So, and I pay quite a bit for my internet service. I don't pay for the basic. I've upgraded so I could have the most I could have for you guys. So, if anyone cares in Spectrum, yeah, I'm one of those customers, along with a whole bunch of other ones. All right, so while we look at Sim Toolkit, let me just punch the button here real quick. We're up in the cockpit there. All right, ooh, and we need to do something real quick. Stand by. Just noticed we zeroed. All right, you know what? Let's hold off on Sim Toolkit here for a moment. And let's get into the next step of flight planning here, which is to align. I just noticed we're at 0. So we're going to come over here to the init page. We're going to click init request. let it do all of its fun, magical stuff. Poof. So what it just did, folks, it reached out to SimBrief, looked for our latest and greatest flight plan, brought it back, put it in here, and for the most part, we're ready to go. We just have to load the plane. However, we have an IRS to align. Let me check something here. And with charts, we're going to see if we have coordinates. Okay, we are stand 2, so it should say 4. First off, let's clear that. So it should say south 4, 11.8. Correct. South 4, 11.8. West 69, 56.5. Perfect. So 4, 11.8. And 69, 56, 5, 69, 56, 5. Boom. Hey, that was pretty easy. And what we basically just did, folks, is we actually, instead of going off a reference point for the airport, which is fine, you know, you can do that, folks. We narrowed it down to our gate, so we're narrowing down where the navigation system is aligning to. So, and GPS primary, perfect. That's what it was waiting for, folks. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the other one real quick. Position these a little better. There we go. I like having them in a certain spot. Couple of reasons. I don't trigger the black ribbon up top. Not ribbon of death. That's not that bad, folks. But I just don't like seeing it. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead for now. We'll get rid of charts. All right. And for now, this is set. We'll come back to it here in a minute. I'm actually going to go ahead and close this one off. Now we'll bring Sim Toolkit in. And latency looks like they're picking up. Somebody's listening. Hey, welcome Hawker 125. Well, welcome and hello and goodbye. And hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow at work, God willing. All right, stand by, folks. I'm going to get rid of a couple of other things on the screen. Yeah, the latency is kind of in and out, but whatever. And we're just waiting and waiting. So what we'll do here while we wait, let's take a look at what we got here. SKLT, we're not going through the name of this airport, folks. 240 at 4 is what they're calling the winds, just like down here. Drizzle. And we got a broken layer at 1,000 feet. So we're going to have to look into this. 27, 25, so visibility could, if the drizzle, you know, this could turn into some fog issues. So we'll have to kind of watch this. But 29.92 or 10.13 on the QNH. Where we're headed, few clouds at 2,500 feet, no ceiling issue. Wind 0905 and no visibility issues, plenty of separation on the temperatures and dew points. So we've got a good arrival. We just got to get out of here. The funny thing is if you pull Sim Toolkit away, or let me just do that, really isn't that bad here. Well, in this light. Okay, real quick loadout. 143 people. We're pretty full today, folks, so we'll run the pack flow at high. 31,526 pounds in payload. 121,519 for the ZFW. dispatch is nice because I told them to be 35. And we're going to climb up to 37,000. Alternate today is, let me see if there's an easy way to, oh yeah, right here, will be what's called RBR or SRBR or BRB. Let me just, it's again a situation like this where you have one airport with the information and another that we're set for SBRB. Interesting. Oh, that's right. That's for the, yeah, okay. I got it. So yeah, there's actually two airports again at about the same distance apart. Okay, this is the American Airlines format, folks. Meaning, if you go into SimBrief, it's free, folks. All you got to do is set up a user ID and password. Go through, fill out your flight. Where it says OFP format, it'll say Lido. That's your default. Or if you open up that drop down, you can pick from a whole lot of real world airline versions. Now, granted, more than likely not today's version, but not probably too far off. I know United has a 2018 and one before that. So you get an idea. So you get it kind of formatted out the way the real pilots see. And also for those of us like myself that do possess a private pilot's license. However, I'm not current. I have to get a biannual and a physical. Um, it looks a lot like what we did. Lido kind of does, but it falls short in a lot of areas. It's not meant to be like that. So anyway, that's why this looks kind of wonky maybe to you. And that is an official aviation term, wonky. Look it up. And I'm sure I've got a half a dozen people doing that right now. All right, but you can see our ATC strip here, then our routing. But up here in the ATC strip is the route. SPRIN, direct OPKON, UL 655 to OGLAM, direct to the airport. There are no stars into this airport if I remember right. I'm not going to pull charts back up. Yes, I can. I got this fixed. Oh, I had it fixed. Doggone it. Now what? Oh well, we're not going to do it here. It was working before the stream. Go figure. Oh well, is what it is. So, with that, we'll close this out so we can get these 143 people into the plane and we on our way. All right. Where we're at basically in the checklists, we're powered up, we're aligned, so we're pretty ready to go with boarding and such, but we don't have the APU on yet. And what I'd like to do before starting the APU, this is flying with Mike, this is the way I like. You real world guys know it goes however you. We're going to first put the fuel on. Today's fuel is, oh my, I've got too many open here. Hang on. I think that one was right. Let's try this one. I don't know which one was right. Hang on. That does look right. Let me pull Sim Toolkit real quick. 15,600 pounds of fuel, so that is correct. Okay. All right, so, oh, I think we have it already. Which is odd because it's not supposed to do that. All right, 1602, so we'll request it. And the next page, 0 and 0, load it. You'll see where I'm going with that. Then we're going to go over here. Let's see. If it says 143, then it was set. It's already set. All right. So I have to go in and check something after the flight. All right, so over here we'll go. And our zero fuel weight should be 121,519. 121,519, so it is loaded. All right, and there's our zero fuel weight CG. All looks good. And no cargo. Perfect. We'll come back to this. Let's go up here and then real quick, just because people love to hear bells and whistles. Okay. Our engines are good. Fire is good. All right. Let's fire up the APU. Waiting for flap open. I wait. I know all you have to do technically is wait 5 seconds and then you can click start. I like waiting for flap open. Because it doesn't really take that much longer. And start. Once it's up and running, we'll see a veil up here, and basically meaning the generators are on. Folks, at this point, it's automatic. It just turns the generator on, switches it off the GPU, and we're now on internal power. All we got to do is push the button, disconnect. And you can see we're about halfway fired up. I don't know if that's real world time or not. I'll be totally honest, I don't pay attention at work. All right. See the avail, says it, and pressure, good. All right, so head up top again and hit AP lead. Come off the gen, or off the internal power, turn the fuel pumps on. And seatbelts on. Okay. What this is the cockpit voice recorder, folks, telling us with that tone it's a good test. The others were just testing the intercom. We'll go back to position. And everything else is good here. All right, so they are loading people up. We are ready to start working with the McDo, folks. Multi-control display unit. All right, now this is the init A page. If you click this or either one, it's going to move you to the B page. That's where you put your weights in. But for the flight here, I'm following a flight plan or a checklist, which tells me to go to the flight plan page after this. Now we do have a discrepancy here. If anyone has caught it yet, raise your hand. I didn't think I'd see anyone. Oh wait, Rod, you're there. I'm here. Can't see you. But yeah, yeah, it's right here. Cost index. We were set for 35. We're going to put that in there. Okay. All right. Now, let's go to the flight plan page. Now, when we did that init request, I told you it went to SimBrief, look for the latest, greatest flight plan we have out there, threw it over here, minus SIDS and stars. It also took our missed approach procedures and our route to our alternate is already in there. So we can plan this thing out from push back here all the way to if we go around, hit whatever the procedure is for the missed approach, divert to our alternate, All of that can be put in now. Will I? No. We're just going to put in where we're at. All right, so what's the wind again? Hang on a second. If it's 2404, we'll take the tailwind. All right, departure, runway 3. Now, I really like how Airbus does this, folks. Boeing, it's the same, but when you look at it on your screen, it can be cumbersome to figure out what you did. Okay, so we're taking off runway 3. Now there is actually a SID for this, and I need to actually come online. AVA 572, and we are in A319. Connecting. All right, so we'll just kind of see if it's in here. If it's, yep, there it is. It's 2C, or it is 2C. All right, let me go ahead and pull this up so you can see it. All right, again, this is charts 8, folks. So basically on takeoff, we're going to hit at or above 700 dot key, make our right-hand turn to Mavta, and then down to SPRIN. Okay, so that's why we put that there, and you can see it. There's the turns. Okay, and then on we go. So we'll go ahead and click insert. There are no, usually, for instance, if we're doing this one, it's actually called the Butab 1L. So it tells you by your transition, that's the name of your star. Outside the U.S. Inside the U.S., we're different, folks. We have a whole different philosophy. So, okay, so now what we need to do, let me come up here real quick, switch to plan, and we're going to track out our flight plan. All right, and here we go. So dot key, Mavta, locker, and to step through it, we just hit the up arrow. Whereas Boeing, you hit the step button right here. Okay, so there's SPRIN. Okay. Now from SPRIN, let's pull back. 146-mile run to OPKON, then NVAL. You see those two right there. Let's just make sure they show up right here, and they look like they are. Then we get to Lance, and then we're to top of descent. Okay. Like I said, it's only 473 miles here, folks. Then we have a fixed Mason. Passed it up, and then OGLAM. Okay, and that ends the actual routing. Now, we still got a discontinuity to rule out, and our arrival. So we're going to arrive. Hang on a second. Let's just go to the end. Okay, that didn't help me much. Planning, runway uno. Is that right for the winds? Three 3504. So yeah, a runway 1 arrival would be nice. But is it optimal? Run with a 4-knot headwind, I could accept, like we are here, a tailwind departure. So what we're going to do, let me pull up charts, flights. We don't have any arrivals available. So let's do this. Okay, now we're planning runway 1, which is our navs. Okay, that's fine. Let's filter to runway 19. Now we got some ILSs for 19. Do we have a TAF? Nope. Okay. It's kind of hoping for that, but we don't. Yeah, let me switch views here to see. So probably the preference here, looking at this chart, may be to land on 19 because of the overflight of the town. Let's take a look at them. Okay. About this one. It looks the same. And how about W? Hedrog coming in. Have this. You know what? I think we will do the ILS into here just for safety, and we will do the uniform. PV01 route. And what I'm going to be showing you here in a minute as it updates, it just loaded that on. So from OGLAM, we go direct PV01 to ABSO. And we are on uniform. And there's no star, correct. But we are going PV01. All right, so how do you read? Why do I say this is so much easier? I am going to the ILS via the PV01 transition. However, had we had a star, we would have been going star, transition to the via, transition star via onto the runway. That's why. Then we'll insert and see if I got to close it. Oh, what happened? Hang on a second, folks. What happened? Gotta love. Gotta love. It changed it on me. There we go. All right. Now we just got to clear this. And as you see, now the line's connected. We're good to go. What happened is, I guess I needed, when I clicked no stars, I still needed to put the transition for the arrival in, the via. So here's where we left off, OGLAM. Now we're centered on PV-OT-1, ASPAS, DTOC, then the runway. Folks, that's right it. Now, like I said, if we continued on, here's how we get to our missed approach. Actually, I don't know what our missed approach is. Let's find out real quick. Just head out on 190 and then expect instructions back. Okay, piece of cake. We'll leave it. Okay, again, after that, if I need to divert, go to A name, and Big Og, and that'll take us over to our final. Okay, so that's and there are guys. I've done it. Sat down, we went through and got it set up so our departure leaves this to that, and all of that. So, all right, so there you go, folks. I know you didn't get to see this too much. Didn't realize I was that zoomed in and didn't see it. But real quick, Let me get rid of charts here. All right, real quick, all you got to do is click the up arrow and just walk your way through looking for them. Okay, back to flight plan, put that away. Let me hop up here, go back to ARC. Okay, now, next up. After that, we then go to the rad nav, and we're looking good there. Then we go to the init page 2 or B. Verify our weights. Oops, I do that all the time, folks. All right. 121.5 is good. 28.6, that's good. 15.6, that's good. Okay, and then we look at our times. Everything looks good there. We'll go to the perf page. And I know, I did it again. All right, now for the takeoff page, we have a 6,800 foot. Oh wait, we can do this a little bit over here. Hang on. We can do this a couple of ways. We can click TO perf, go through here, make sure everything's good. We can click uplink TO data and do that here. Problem is, are we going to flex or not? Right here it gives me a clue. That says 6,600 feet. I've got 6,800 feet on the chart. Ooh. Let's say toga. Okay. We're going to do it both ways. Wind. Wind, wind, wind. Oh, we don't have a wind here. Oh, yeah, we do. 220 at 4. Okay. You can see, really not favoring us, but we're going to take it anyway. I got a temperature showing of 27. 2991 is good. Runway dry. Anti-ice off. Toga. Okay. Air conditioning on. All right, so what did it give us? Well, first off, we're taking off flaps 3 toga, 109 to 121 on our V1 speed. V1 is that speed that if you lose an engine before it or something major that'll hamper you, you reject. And you should have plenty of room to stop. Here it's telling us 2,700 feet plus this margin right here. So if you lose that engine after V1, you go to flight. If you have to burn the fuel off, dump the fuel off, whatever, come back and land. Worst case scenario, of course, you lose both engines, then you can't commit to flight. You have to just get ready to go off the end of the runway after it. In this case. All right, so 121's rotate, and then 125's clear a 50-foot obstacle V2, and there's our THS setting of up 0.4. If you want to get a good lesson in what this is really, how this came about, and a little bit of what it does in the transonic range, I think it's transonic they called it, watch a Modern Marvels episode, Seeking the Speed of Sound, I believe it was. It's about the speed of sound. It's about the X1 and Jaeger's run at the speed of sound. Really goes in depth on that. Flaps up 209, that's what green dot is. And our takeoff weight should be there. And that's okay. Let's go ahead and uplink. We'll change, let's receive it first. We set 220 at 4. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go dry. We're 27, 10, 13. That's good. And flaps 3. Everything's looking good. Let's insert. It's calling us to a V1 of 121, rotating at 121, and climbing out 125 to clear a 50-foot obstacle. Then we can slightly nose over, continue our climb out till we reach the level climb. Okay. These, if you're in Europe, look for Black Box. He has a great website on this, folks. If you go there, you can actually fine-tune this even a little more. All right, so that takes care of the McDo, folks. And then if you wanted, you could set secondary flight plans up if you're presuming this, or there's an engine out procedure. A whole litany of reasons you would want. You could put that in. I'm not for time's sake. All right, so let's do it. Shall we? All right, so after this, folks, we are ready for pushback and start. First thing I'm going to do is get the ACARS system up and running for Mac Air. And with the latency, this could be fun. Yep, already showing it. It's not Mac Air. For those of you with Mac Air watching, I'm assuming my system, I don't know if it's Twitch or not. I'd like to blame Twitch, but then I'm an affiliate for them. That's kind of, you don't want to blame your bread and butter. But then so are my subscribers. All right, once we have the ACARS system running, it is an actual checklist item here, so I don't forget, because I have many a times, and I've flown many of these flights twice because of that. Then we will proceed with pushback and getting going. Okay, there is my flight. Oh, everything's slow. Okay, did take it. It's got my route. Okay, so I just need to find my airplane, and that might take a little bit. Oh my goodness, this latency is, oh, Lord have mercy. There we go. All right, I'm just going to leave a lot of this stuff, even though I've got a lot more people than it's showing. Okay. All right, so let's push this down here for now. I'm going to come up here and start getting better pushback rolling, because I don't know if we'll see any latency out of it.
Please, show me where you want to go.
Well, this is pretty easy. We'll just go.
the cockpit. Tau is driving up.
All right, so we came off external power. Oop. Come down here. Let me take care of some things real quick. Off. And the parking brake is set. Okay, let's take a look outside while he does his thing.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Cleared to connect. All right, so we're ready to go, folks. As soon as he is, let's get that beacon on. All right, real quick, last things we've got to set up. Okay, speed, heading are in, ready to go. And I don't think we have... no climb instructions, so we're going to go straight for 30.
Tau connected and bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, and quick, any skid switch good. Switching panels, 12 o'clock, transponder. Break off.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Oh, nice lightning in the distance. All right, as he said, we'll start the engines, folks. Real simple, go to ignition start. That's one click to the right. And then you've got your pressures ready. Let's start number 2 first.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set. Pins on the right, please.
Stand by.
Okay, we got a Veil. Let's come down here and start up number 1. Okay, just waiting as soon as...
disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. And signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you for flying with Mike there, better pushback. I see this makes me nervous. Oh, good. Saw charts up on my screen and went, oh no, did I leave it up again? Okay. Looking for the pin. Yay, pin. Alright. So we're just waiting for the words avail. Start the timer. Yeah, it is kind of crappy here, it looks like. Alright, folks, so let's get to work here. All right, with the engine started, APU bleed off. Well, first off, let's go back to norm on our engine. Go up top here. Come off the APU bleed. Go, well, while we're up here, we're off. Let's go ahead, shut it down. Okay, now we're going to come back down here, arm the spoilers, flaps to 3. I think I'm at 3. And let's go ahead and get the radar on. Okay, we're at 2, so we need one more. There we go. Flaps are set. Now, we need to set the THS. Remember I told you about that. If you want to look that up, basically what it is, it's that the rear stabilizer we're trimming for takeoff. Takeoff was up 0.4, so that's, I like to bring it out. Old eyes makes it a lot easier to read. There we go. Go ahead with your comments. Okay. And you can see our EAD is now up with all of our check items. Folks, believe it or not, you don't know how critical this is to check, and the fact that it's so simple in this plane, it's pathetic. But people don't check. They taxi out, they try to take off, and the gust locks are still in. For those not familiar, there are locks you can either put in a small Cessna or in the aircraft itself, which locks those surfaces from moving, especially in high wind. So by exercising these, guess what? You know they're not locked. And there have been some pretty, it's usually the GA side of the house, and that includes biz jets. So forgetting those things. You would think you wouldn't, but they get in such a hurry. And lo and behold, look what I forgot. All right, so let's get the doors checked. That's another simple thing here. That's flight attendant thing, but we can just go cross-checked and accomplished. Okay. Lastly, we have lapse time start. Okay, we can kill. We're 3 minutes. All right, so we're good to go. Taxi light on. We can do the rest while we're taxiing. Here we go. All right, rest of these checks are parking brake elapsed time brakes. Checking. Okay. Flight controls, we did our check. FMA, nav and climb. Okay, that's right here, folks. I'm just making sure I don't mess this turn up. It is extremely tight in here. Actually, staying on the line, you're going to hit something. If I had one critique, and I know they're going to tell me all I got to do is work on the those curves that you can do on the controls that you have. I think it's a little too sensitive, and I know there's curves you can adjust to make it not so, where I overcorrect all the time. All right, let's hold right here and finish things up. Terrain radar on. Okay, we got a little bit of shower activity down here by SPRIN. And final checks. Leticia traffic, Ivanka 572 departing runway 3. It actually got out of the blocks early, folks. Just so you know, I set this for, I believe, either 45 or 50 minutes after the hour, and we're on the runway. Okay, terrain, cursor ready. Hang on. Okay, we're ready. Flaps 3, do our takeoff config test. Oh, blue. We're ready to go, folks. And yes, folks, I'm going to be behind the threshold. I need every ounce of runway I can get. All right, we're ready to go. Brakes off. Takeoff chronos start. Here we go, folks. 50%. Toga.
V1, rotate, V2.
Plenty of runway, folks. And gears coming up.
Gear up.
Thrust climb. get up. All right, we can get the slats up here. Let's go ahead and de-arm these. And coming around. It's coming up. Flaps up. All right, folks, we are on our way. So nose wheel chronos are running. Okay, brakes. Oh, brake fan. Not needed. But as you can see, folks, we got a lot of rain around us, so that's why you've seen it speckling the windshield here a time or two. All right, and we are on our way, folks. We have right now an hour and a half to get there. We'll see. That may look like it's coming down here shortly as we get up higher and higher, thinning out the atmosphere. We're able to kind of pick up some speed, but then we got to come right back through the atmosphere. So guess what? Hour and a half, we should be on the ground in SBPV. And I hope you enjoyed the takeoff, folks. And we are on our way. 10,000 feet means off with the lights. One thing we did not look at, transition level, is that here. Ah, it doesn't even show. How about that? Ain't that nice? Yep. There's one way to find out. Well, we're at 1013, so it doesn't matter. That's what we'll standard to. But folks, we're on our way, and hope you enjoy the ride.
18,000 feet.
All right, folks, we are through, as you heard, 18,000, headed for 37,000. And if you've noticed, we're already down to 1 hour. We've only been airborne, folks. Brake release, 8 minutes. Like I said, the higher up we go, the faster we get. That all adjusts our times. So we're on our way, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. If you are new to the stream and are enjoying the content, hey, we'd love you to smash that follow button. What that does, it's free. All it does, send an email to you letting you know the next time Flying with Mike is on. If by chance you're watching this with our growing YouTube subscribing community, click subscribe, ring the bell. It's not a subscribe like you do in Twitch. It's just to let you know that you want to see more. And by ringing the bell, when we release a video, you'll get the notification that a video's been released. We try to video every stream we do live, so they're in literally raw form. They're not edited, folks, over at YouTube. Now, by raw, I don't mean they're raunchy, they're the demeanor and slandering people and all. No, 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 no. It's the same as you hear here, over there. Same moderation, the whole 9 yards. We just record what we're doing live. So we're not editing out anything. So that means if your captain here, yours truly, does a bad landing or crashes mid-flight, more than likely I'm going to put it up there, because you know what? We can't all be perfect pilots. And especially here on the flights, and we're all going to screw up. So let's learn from it. That's one of my big goals here, is to help encourage you to pick up the sim and go fly. Hey, and if you actually pick up the real plane and go learn to fly, double thumbs up, folks. Outstanding. And we help to pass on the few little nuggets I have. Folks, I don't have a lot. It's been my last flight in a real plane was 1985. Folks, the airspace has changed, communicating with the tower, and something came along called 9/11 that changed even more. So, and then you have bad attitude show up, and that changes everything all the time. Just ask the pilots he dispatches. Hey, welcome aboard, sir. How are you? So, anyway, so the few nuggets I know from flying back then may or may not even apply today, folks. So I can tell you right now, the airspace doesn't, that I knew. So, but anyway, I am doing great, sir, for a great Friday Eve. Hope your pilots are doing well, that you're sending off there. And hopefully not too stressful on you yet. Because I can only imagine some of the things that you guys go through. Ah, cool. Well, awesome. Like I've told you 100 times, That was something I really thought about getting into. It's just I don't want to uproot the family from St. Louis to somewhere, so, and not seeing anywhere to really go as a dispatcher here kind of discouraged me from entering the training, but I really wished I'd have done it. And it's some money behind it, and I don't want to do it unless I'm going to take that next step like you did. Chicago, it's one of those that, how do I do this delicately and keep it a family-oriented channel? But basically, yeah, they have an airline base there. But to me, Chicago would do better under Lake Michigan. Now, the rest of the world doesn't deal with Chicago as much as we do down here in St. Louis, especially living on the Illinois side. But I am not a fan of Chicago. So I am all for, I'm one of those that would, well, it's already happened once in history of voting Chicago out of the state of Illinois. But unfortunately, that means Wisconsin has to pick up their burden, or Michigan, or Indiana. So, but anyway, you are correct though. United is based out of up there. Americans up there, but theirs is down in Dallas where they would do all of the dispatching. Now, we do here in St. Louis have GoJet. Used to have Transstate. Well, we had Transstates, which is the sister airline of GoJet, which actually was reversed. But anyway, I don't know if they're still around or not, or if they're under a different name. So, like I said, GoJet and Transstates, they were actually the same company, mom, daddy and daughter. I don't know where that went. If it's just GoJet now or the two are still there. So, but yeah, like I said, I love, the part, folks, you don't get to see is me, one, figuring out where we're going to fly, but two, how, the dispatch side of the house. I love working with professional flight planner, even though it's miles apart from the software you all use. Just GoJet now. Yeah, I thought maybe Endeavor might have been one of the names, but I've also heard they might be over in Indianapolis, so I don't know. But yeah. But I do know GoJet's a big one, and I think with United, they used to be big with American, but I think that was Transstates. No, did I get it right? Transstates? Anyway, it was a family affair, so. And let's see, and of course the corporations around and their dispatching that they would need. I'm not sure how much they would need, but they might. Exactly. We see it on our end just because we're just a little in that door a little bit to what's going on behind the curtain, but I don't even want to know. I mean, when we get delays, mechanicals, oh, I don't even want to know what's actually going on. I like to just grumble at the airline instead of knowing what's but I know that's when it gets fun. Try and that's scheduling. I mean, that brings everyone all hands to deck when they've got to figure out what they're going to do when something has a mechanical, the severities and all of that. So, and hopefully the mechanical doesn't cause me to have to run out in the fire truck to stand by at the end of the runway for them coming in. I really don't like doing that, especially with Allegiant. So, because 100 folks, if something does happen, I mean, it's a lot of people. We try to get everyone. Oh, yeah. My mind, if I go home and the truck's never rolled, yeah. Ooh, you actually had a tail swap. Yep, and that actually, folks, there's a lot to a tail swap that you, the passenger, won't even understand. I mean, same airplane type doesn't necessarily mean same airplane filling the bill. And that I learned from the people that handle Allegiant. All right, so we're at 35,000. So I want something good about it. Oh, there's something good about it? Other than the fact that was a safe plane going in the air, hopefully. Or safer because it's not broke. Ah, you didn't have to do a whole new. Oh, okay. Because I know sometimes, like with Allegiant, they'll take, let's just say, an A319 of theirs. They have to swap out for mechanical. And the A319 they're going to swap it with is slightly different. And I don't understand the words slightly different, but it's different enough that it causes them headaches with the, getting the people set up for the flight back. So, yeah, interesting. Nothing, no two planes are the same is basically the moral of that story. Top of climb in 900 feet. Yep. That's the kind of things I was thinking, but yeah, I mean, it causes headaches. And the traveling public doesn't get that because, and quite frankly, they wouldn't even know. Like I said, hey, Insuik 68, welcome in. But just talking about tail swap. Bad Attitude had to work through a couple days ago where he's now working. And, traveling public, like I was saying, has no clue, but they really don't need to know. They just need to know there's a delay. And it's just going to take a little bit to work out the little ins and outs. But it's like my dad always said, folks, you bought a ticket. Yeah, we try to get you there on those times, but we have 24 hours to get you where you need to be. Yeah, I don't think he ever said that to a passenger. Yeah, I could see that in this climate today not going well. At least he didn't fly for Southwest. He might actually get stoned there, and not by drugs. Uh-oh, fun conversation. What happened? Seatbelts off. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are now at our cruise altitude. Hope y'all enjoy. Sit back, relax, enjoy the fine service as we head over to SBPV. We'll be talking at you a little later. Uh-oh, I gotta pull something up here. Hang on. Oh boy. I don't even want. Oh no. Oh. As long as it wasn't like that conversation between controllers and JetBlue over New York a few weeks ago. Whew, that was that was wild. And that's not VATSIM. Oh yeah. JetBlue was flying 220. The chart said 240 or 250 at 240, 250, something like that. And he was at 220. And the controller was asking him his speed so that he could work airplanes around his slow speed. Oh, that just, oh my gosh. Well, what speed do you need me at? The chart says 250 or whatever. Yeah, it's out there on YouTube, folks, unless they've pulled it so the public doesn't hear the spatting between the pilots in the tower or in the approach controller. Few more since that, but yeah. Oh man. Air rage, not just in the cabin, but in the cockpit and the control house. So we'll see how that comes out. I haven't yet heard of anything other than it's amazing they let those things out for the public to hear, especially when certain airlines are having troubles. I will look it up. SFO. I think I might have come to think of it. Wrong page to be on. Let's see. Nope, I have not heard that exchange yet. Or if I did, I have to look over in Discord. We had a bunch there. About 6 days ago. Okay, let me see. I've got some pulled up. Wait and see. These are going back well over a year. Oh, here we go. Hang on a second. Let me, all right, hang on a second. Let me see if I can. Did I read the ATIS? Oh, hell, Lord. Something to this. Oh, this reminds me of other, say, whoa, latency has really been a problem today, folks. All right. Come on. There we go. Man, is it really running slow. I'm in OBS 29.1 and I'm kind of wishing I hadn't. Man, I haven't had any Been nothing but latency of. All right, let me see here. Holy crap. Everything is just like dogging. Nope, I didn't want that. That's what I want. See how that looks. Okay. Oh, man. Really hate when it does this.
San Francisco Tower, November 595 Bravo. Good afternoon. We are approaching Charlie for runway 28 right. We are ready for departure.
Gulfstream 595 Bravo. It's going to be 28 left for departure now for the traffic. At the approach, cross 28 right, runway 28 left, line up and wait.
Runway 28 left, line up and wait. November 595 Bravo.
Delta 1384, plan 28 right for departure. Caution jet west of the departing Gulfstream, cross 28 left, runway 28 right, line up and wait.
All right, we're gonna need 2 minutes for taking off on the right.
Okay, traffic 10 out. So cross 28 left, 28 right, line up and wait, advise ready.
Okay, cross 28 left, 28 right, we'll advise and ready for Delta 1384. Tower for Delta 1384, just bring left across 28 left and 28 right, hold on Charlie.
Nope, I want you to line up and wait on 28 right and advise ready. Traffic's on a 9 mile final. You said you need 2 minutes. It'll be 5 minutes before they land. If you're not comfortable with it, hold short of 28 right and advise ready.
Nope, we're good with 5 minutes and we'll line up and wait on 28 right for Delta 1384.
That's not good when they put a time up, folks.
905 Bravo, contact Markel.
555 Bravo. That was 4668, switch right.
Okay, 4668, runway 28 right, clear to land, traffic in position 737.
Switch right, clear to land, that was 4668.
Delta 1384, any left on the numbers?
I need one more minute for Delta 1384.
Okay, so longer than 2 minutes. Exit at Charlie 2, get behind the heavy, hold short of 28 right.
Okay, well, let's go to Charlie 2, get behind the heavy for 28 right, Delta 1384.
Delta 1384, although I know you're not ready, there is traffic about a mile behind you.
Yep, practically as fast as possible, Delta 1384.
Please hurry.
Next time runway changes, more than 30 seconds notice, please.
Ooh, okay. So did you get the ATIS? I'm going to take silence as the fact that you probably did not read the ATIS.
We did read the ATIS, but we're set up with 28 left. Can't just plug in runway changes very low.
But our information says that you do need to have those numbers and pre-brief for this exact reason.
We have them, ma'am, but setting up takes at least 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay, and you asked me for 2, and that's what I gave you, and you needed more. We got to be honest about our numbers here.
Roger.
SKLT 984 Foxtrot, 28 left, clear for takeoff.
Okay, left, clear for takeoff, SKLT 984 Foxtrot.
Air Canada 567, 28 left, line up and wait.
28 left, line up and wait. Air Canada 567.
All right, folks. Well, another good video there. Good video. I think we'll just kill that there. You know, I don't know. You know, it's easy to sit in our seats, but again, you talk to real world pilots, so yeah. Oh man. Yep. Yeah, they should have been able to do a quick runway change on that. Again, I don't know. Again, with the Airbus, though, folks, now they weren't an Airbus, but with Airbus, you would have had that secondary plan. As soon as they said the other runway, switch over to your secondary, and out you go. Yeah. And I know you can do that in Boeing. It's just, I think, a little more complicated. Maybe, maybe not. So that's, yeah, have two routes. Where, and it's the same thing with Airbus. You have the ability to set a secondary route up, second route. So all you do is click the button, accept that, and boom, you're ready to go. So I'm pretty sure Boeing would be along the same lines. Nice find there, Bad Attitude. And, you know, we can all say, yeah, they should have been able to make the runway change in the FMC that quick. Problem is, let's say they hurried up and did it quick and got going and something happens. Who gets the blame? So, or worse, the passengers. So, you know, don't have to do the blame game. Just got to think you got 160 to 180 behind you, keeping it safe. So, I mean, you could be either side of that pendulum, so. Ah, okay. Believe it or not, I was thinking about an airplane change, oh, excuse me, over to the 737 today. But I just felt like flying the Airbus. Personally, if it was me, I think Delta took the right choice in getting in. I think they should have said they needed more time to not even cross the runway. But I get it, traffic volumes, all of that, why the controller's pushing them. But, yeah. And sure enough, if he'd have waited to get over into position and wait, oh, now you'll go 28 right. Or 28 left in that case. So, anyway, great video. Hope you all enjoyed it. All right. I just getting that sent to Hawker, I'm sure. Yeah, I know. We can all sit back and say a lot of things. We're not in, you know, at the moment. We don't know. I mean, we already know it's SFO. So, you know, it's just a slowpoke airport. Come on. Yeah. All you got to do is look at all the gates and know they all have to leave and they all have to get refilled. So I get it. You know, we can do a lot of things with that, but yeah, you're right. Hindsight is a lot of different things, but you know, like I said, they could have waited, switched the runway, you know, switched over to 28 right, and then she goes, you're cleared for takeoff, 28 left. You know, it's 6.5 one, half a dozen other. You're going to get screwed either way. So, anyway, great video, like I said. All right, let's turn our attention, figure out where we are. Oh, I thought we cleared that. I did not. All right. We are 38 minutes into the flight from brake release. We need to do a quick system check because we're getting close to top of descent here shortly. Very shortly, actually. There we go. That'll work. Oh, one click too many. There we go. All right. So I don't click on it again. All right. So we need to do a status check. So we'll come right here. Come up one. Real quick, how you do that, it's a lot easier to see here. We're just clicking all. Okay, let's get our fuel checked. I'm going to go ahead and pop this out. Go up top here. All we got to do is to get our fuel in balance. And now the right side is taking care of both engines while the left side is dormant, letting the fuel catch up. All right, so we're going to go on here real quick, get this done. APU's off. Temperatures look good. Covers on. Hydraulics good. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's right, because we're in our... All right, so let's pop back up here. Oop, you know, it helps to take our fuel panel with us. While we're doing this, actually, we're really close right now. 40, boom, boom. Check fuel. Okay, let's go ahead and turn off that cross feed. Now both engines are feeding each other, or both fuel tanks are feeding their respective tanks or engines. All right, let's get over here and get started with getting the McDo ready for the arrival. Okay, let's move over to landing. 19, is that what we planned? Yes. All right, so current wind. Uh, 030 at 5, good deal. Outside air temperature, 33, good tree, 2985. I'm going to assume that's pretty close to 1011. Very close, okay. All right, runway's dry, any ice we won't need, landing weight full. What do we got for a runway? 79, let's go medium. Reversers, compute. All right. Here's what we're gonna need to land, folks. And from here on is our margin. All right, let's pull up charts real quick. Nothing's real quick today in the flight. All right. So we're looking at landing 19. So I think we might make Alpha right onto the terminal ramp. If not, all the way to the end, back tag, and come on in on Charlie. All right. Real quick so you all can see, we're going to come in. Localizers 1093, 190, DTOC right here. 6 miles out at 1960 feet above sea level. Need 528 feet MSL, 241 feet AGL. ABSO at 2000, DTOC at 1960, and looks good. Missed approach, climb straight out, and ATC back. So probably what I'll do is climb straight out, make a right-hand turn, direct PV01, come in. And that's how we're coming in, PV01 to ASPOS, right on in. I know that was pretty quick, folks. Our V speed today is 131 for approach. Where is our ref? See the ref. That's weird. Oh well. So 130, call it 125 for ref, all right? So from OGLAM to PV1. Okay. Entering the destination data now. QNH 1011. Temperature 33. Now, you could have, since we had 2985, we got 1011 here, but we could put 29.85, and that's how you would have had to type it to get it to say it that way. Wind 030. Diagonal, which is your ats, 5. You're basically typing it how you see it. And then 131 for approach, 126, and brakes. I'm sorry, we need 241. We'll go AGL today. Now, there. Ooh, that was close. All right, folks, so there we go. Let's get charts off the board here. Latency's getting a little better, but not much. All right, and let's go through the checklist here real quick. So landing elevation. Deselect that. Okay, we're auto, good. Arrival complete, perf setup. Planned TOD winds, good. 20 miles out, we'll push for descent, which is where we're at now. And that's the next thing I want to figure out. Guess we'll take it down to 2,000. All right, we are set and beginning our descent, folks. Hope you've enjoyed, and folks, it's been a great time here. I'd love for you to smash follow if you're new to the channel. That way you'll get email notifications when we go live next time. You can join in. If you're on the YouTube rebroadcast of this day or two or maybe a week out, hey, smash that subscribe button so you know when the next video comes out. If you would want to join in, down below you'll see where we do our videos at Twitch. Click that link, it'll take you to the page, and hopefully you're close enough to our schedule where you get it. I am trying to push those schedule dates out. Work is still being work and making it sometimes tough for me to do that. So I'm one of those that really hates to set a date for something and then I have to cancel it because of work. So I try not to. That's why I've been keeping it, but I need to push that out a little for you, especially for my YouTube folks that growing populace that we have that watch Flying with Mike. So, all right, we are in our descent. We're kind of shallow right now to 1,000 feet a minute. We'll go ahead and put the seatbelt sign on. So the attendants back there can start their deal of getting the airplane ready. Right, we're actually out more in the flatlands of Brazil right here. We're not real hilly, as we've seen in other parts when we've done these flights in South America, especially northern and eastern, well, excuse me, areas. But about 100 to 200 miles to our west are the Andes, and folks, they get up there in height. If you ever watched the TV show Amazing Race, they have been to some of these destinations in the Andes, folks. The highest airport in the world, international commercial airport in the world, is in the Andes. It's El Alto, Bolivia, 13,000 MSL. Think about that, folks. Especially those of you that live in Denver, or the ones that live in Denver, it won't matter because you're used to it. Those that visit Denver, or those who may have visited Bogota, 8,000 MSL. This is 13,000 MSL. Pilots out there, when do we go on oxygen? Show of hands, or blurt it out. Or above that. Now, why I say to watch The Amazing Race, they go into these territories, folks, and they make them do things, physical things. Wrestling in one place, climbing this, doing that. And folks, these people are so, it's like anyone coming into where we're trying to acclimate from our sea level to twice what we're used to, 2 miles up, folks. So high altitude flying at its best is El Alto. Here's an interesting fun fact. I told you it's 13,000 feet above sea level. The runway's 13,000 feet long. Now, gives you an idea. So, I always found that interesting that the runway is as long as the airfield is above sea level. So, don't know if there's a direct correlation as to why that had to be that way, but that's how it is. Not a difficult approach, but you're way up there, folks. So yeah, we got that. I may head there next, or I may head down into a little bit like Vero, and other points down there that are, up there in height as well. But yeah, if you watch The Amazing Race, first few years they would visit South America. That's where they would like to go, is into the Andes, where the altitude sickness gets to these people. And makes that challenge, which looks to you and I a piece of cake, 10 times harder. And I actually like The Amazing Race, mainly for the geography lessons of how to, where some of these places are, how you get around. I mean, imagine that, folks. You're on a race for $1 million, and they say you go get, well, one of the challenges, I'll give you another good one they did. I actually liked this one, it was really good. They show you in your clue, you have to go to the country of this map. Of this flag, I'm sorry. That's on the, they don't tell you it, they just say, gotta go to where that flag is. It's a country's flag. Of course, there's flags that look alike, folks. And try to take the fastest way there to get ahead of your opponents. They did a good one. Turkey and, oh, what the heck's the name of that country? I know the airport. I'm trying to think the name of the country. Hang on, I'm getting over there. It was in Africa. I think it's Tunisia. Anyway, the way, I think it was Tunisia, and the flags were, one team was getting ready to head to Turkey. Now, what stopped them and sent them to Tunisia? That part I don't remember, or to wherever they were supposed to go. Can you imagine getting on a plane and landing in the wrong country for the game itself, and now you're potentially, you may have needed a visa. Oh, like I said, it was those kind of challenges make you think. The brawn is one thing, but the thinking ones I always loved. So, but again, I don't know if there's going to be another season this year. I haven't heard anything. I hope they do. I really like that show. Like I said, I love the geography learning. Hopefully they do try another one, but they've done so many. I mean, I could see where it ended, so I don't know. But yeah, that was fun. And like I said, South America used to be one they loved to go to, especially the high altitudes. Oh, excuse me, folks. All right, let's see if we get a transition level for this place. 3,000. Oh, Lord have mercy. Actually, yeah, we do need 3,000. Glad I saw that, because that's right. Our initial is 3,000 feet to Aspas, which is then 2,000. So we continue our descent there. You know, one day we are going to get on with someone where we get to use the ACAR systems in here for the controllers. It's just not a lot of them use it. And I know, go ahead and say it, folks. You got to fly where there are controllers, which means I need to get back to Europe. Ooh. Ugh. Left a bad taste in the mouth, that last burp. Ugh. Transition level is, they're saying 18,000.
feet.
All right, I got it set now for 3,000. Let's see. And we're continuing down, folks, through 17. OGLAM is 25 miles out, and then we're direct PV double lot 1. I hope you all have enjoyed. I'm just checking to make sure I don't need to be turning anything yet. Nope. All right. Haven't been doing good lately here in the Airbus for landings. We'll see if we can't turn a better landing out today. All right, so here we are coming into OGLAM. I'm just looking here at the chart. Okay, so we're doing good. And folks, if you're up to putting a prediction in and what you think we'll do for the arrival here, hey, we're always for that. Things backwards here. That's right, it's flying with Mike. Why would it be straightforward? All right, what you can do is put a prediction in, and to do that, we go exclamation mark, the word predict, and then a negative number. What I'm working on with South America here is a couple things, folks. One, I want to get back to El Alto, hit a couple of airports down in the higher country. Then I want to start heading over to Sao Paulo. Not so interested in landing in the newer airport. I want to go back to the older one and see if we can't come in there. It's a short runway, folks, in the middle of town, and like to make a run at that again. Think we can see any sign of the Andes? No, we can't. Not this far out. All right, folks. So let's get set here. Coming up on 10,000, which means we need to set our speed. Do that. The speed brake. Okay, OGLAM. Now we're direct PV 001, the initial for our ILS approach. Okay, pull the speed brakes off. All right, start getting into the landing checks. Okay.
10,000 feet.
All right, let's get ready, folks. All right, we're getting fast. All right, let's go ahead and go LS. IPV 930. Okay, that's correct. Constraints. Okay, and we are, folks, not far. We're 13 miles from our initial, and then we start in. So I hope you've enjoyed. Smash follow if you have. That way you can find out where we're going next. Also, YouTubers, like I keep saying, hit subscribe and ring that bell. That way you know when the next video comes out. Fortunately, right now we're not live on YouTube, but if you want to be a part of one of the live shows, look to Twitch, find out, or Discord. And here's an invite to Discord. Maybe. Always having troubles. What? Having so much latency. There you go. Finally got that out. All right, so we're just about there, so. All right, so we're going to go ahead and come off. 10-11. Brakes are set. All right. All right, we need to speed brake it. This is what gets us into a lot of trouble, folks. All right, so we've got approach available. We're set. Papa Bravo, Victor Bravo. We are Vanka 572,
2500.
initial for ILS 19. All right, we are coming off the speed brakes. They're armed. $11-mile final. Okay, we're joining the localizer. Airport should be back in here somewhere, folks. Little bumpy here. We said landing or approach 130. Let's call it 135. I got the runway. Okay, flaps are now full.
Gear down.
All right, we are on localizer on the runway. Here we go, folks. Sierra Bravo, Papa Victor, Ivanka 572, 5-mile final, 19, full stop. Plane's mine.
1,000.
Running into that same problem again, getting her to want to come down.
Five hundred. 400.
100 above.
300.
We're going around.
Minimum.
Gear up. Gear down.
Come on, airplane, you gotta come down. Oh, overshot. Plane just does not want to come down.
Sink rate.
1,000.
Yep, she is just... This is ridiculous. What is going on lately? Gonna be another go-around.
Glide slow. Glide.
Gear up.
Holy mac, this thing just does not... I don't know if the trim's even working now. We had that problem yesterday with the C90, if you didn't catch that. The trim wasn't working. I'm right now leaning to think it ain't working again. Getting a little tight on that turn. Sorry about that, folks back there. Oh boy. Just want to see it's moving. Okay. Maybe not as much as I want.
Gear down.
How am I below oh, I know what. Slow. Technically shouldn't be reading that out here, but we're above it by that much.
One thousand.
Glide slow. Glide slow.
It's our run.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Speed.
There we go again, climbing again. Jeez, the heck.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Gear down.
Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
500.
Terrain.
400.
100 above.
300.
Minimum. Sink rate.
200.
Sink rate.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 20. 10.
Damn it. Folks, if you could have only seen what it took for me to get this plane in here. I don't know what's going on with the trim. It is unreal. This isn't the first time with the Airbuses. All of a sudden, something's happened, and they have become a royal pain to trim. You come off that autopilot. Holy mackerel. By the way, from the time I lined up with the runway till I flattened out, got my speed back up from 120, and it got close to 160, and I chopped it, from there all the way in, I had no power. And it kept wanting to climb. So I am baffled with this plane, folks. If you have a clue what was going on, and hopefully, like I said, I don't have a camera on my yoke and throttle. So actually it's not a yoke, it's a fighter stick, but still, my goodness, I can only imagine how horrible this landing was. All right, let's quickly get this plane cleaned up. Mackerel really irritates me. Airbuses used to be so easy to fly. I'm wondering if the trim is even trimming the airplane. Or if it's that loose nut behind the stick, who knows? All right. Wow. All right, let me get the timer stopped. Okay. All right, folks. Well, my bad. 87-minute flight. All right. Okay, so the flap's open. Let's get that APU on. Okay. Oh my goodness. We're here. I've never had issues like this before with it. So I'm really, I mean, it was a piece of this thing has been a piece of cake to fly. And now all of a sudden it's become a bear to fly. So you're right. I was way off on speeds. You're right. So my speeds, I'm just gonna have to go back and start flying the basics. Maybe I'm doing something totally way out of whack. All right, the APU is now available. All right. I am just, oh. Okay, they're off. Okay. And I think we're in a place. Huh. All right, I'm going to go ahead and throw the chocks on the plane. Release the brake. See if I don't go backwards like I did in, was it Alice Springs? I forget where, but I actually started rolling backwards, even in the chocks. Oh, but anyway, now we're here, folks. Now, the reason I put her on the chocks real quick and took the brake off is so the brakes could cool a little faster. We're going to stay off external power for the moment. But anyway, folks, welcome in here to, took two missed approaches to get in. Man, let me just, one more time. Oh, now it won't move. Probably because things aren't set for it. But anyway, yeah, let's see what it ended up at. That's a good call. Don't know. But yeah, that was just, oh, folks, that was fun. But we're here now. Let's see how bad Sim Toolkit and company put us at. Uh, 305 is what Mac Air recorded the landing at. I'm not sure which one, because I think there were a couple. Let me just check something here. And they got us at 550, so still horrible here of late. All right. All right, let me bring up Sim Toolkit and we can kind of look at this for what it's worth kind of stuff and go from there. So SKLT to SBPV. Let's view the details. And that tells a lot right there, folks. We were fast on the landing and left. And 3,600 feet down a 7,800 foot runway. So that part of the puzzle is not good. This is not good. We were really fast. 2 G's. So yeah, we hit the ground pretty solid. All right, so we're gonna try. Let me get the brakes back on, even though it's gonna bark at me probably. All right, I don't even know if our brakes are cool. Nope. All right, let's get those doors closed because I'm pretty sure they're open. Didn't even think about that. All right, so here we go, folks. Let's see if we can relive that last landing. Oh, we were on ATC. Go figure. Oh my goodness, goodness, goodness. All right. All Alright, so let's... Oh good, we can see. See how my speeds are going here, folks? They're up and down.
Don't sink.
So that's not
Don't
good.
sink.
2,000 feet a minute.
Don't
We're
sink.
pushing solid stick here,
Don't
folks.
sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Sink rate.
Under the bus. Minimum.
Sink rate.
Doesn't help the tree line there.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
From inside the cockpit, folks. Here, I'll get y'all sick. Ooh, wrong one. Let's come in here.
Under the bus. Minimum.
Look at that, folks, what it took. Again, this is stick flying. Trim was like non-existent again. Well, folks, like we said, we made it. Yeah, we were very fast, and like I said, this plane, I don't get what's going on lately. What I'm gonna do here, really hate the tower views. Look at that Porto, that's all speed there, folks, my folks. Three-point landing. Alright, folks. Well, I've had enough. Doesn't help that my controls are so sensitive here of late. I have a feeling, I think I've updated this plane. I got a feeling the update may have a little to do with it, but I'll lean all of it on my shoulders. So, but why the trim all of a sudden? Alright, let me get her set up here to shut down. Okay, external power. Alright, so I think we're open. Yeah, we're all opened up again. Alright, folks, we're on the ground here. Well, we're time. Alright folks, I hope you enjoyed. I know I'm a little frustrated, but it's with my flying ability and it just didn't go well today. Alright, well folks, it was a fun flight otherwise. Glad you all showed up. Thank you for supporting the stream. Thank you for being a part. Hope you all have a great rest of your Friday Eve, and we'll see you next time. God bless. Yep, and as you do, it does. It does all the time, and I'm just going to have to go back, figure out what I'm doing wrong. So I hope you all have a great night. We'll see you next time. God bless.